It's Friday. You know we're live. Everybody, you know what it is. The one, the only, the American Cholo podcast, broadcasting live and direct to you from North Hollywood, California. My name is Gil, and I am the American Cholo. Mr. Chris in the building back there, talking about his pimp game ain't too hard, not too strong with that voice. Chris, you should be doing it. But today, you know, we got a nice one today. Mr. Santo Gee, what's up, homeboy?
What's good, my G? Thanks for having me.
It's been a long time coming.
Yes, sir.
I seen you do the rounds on Blue Devil,
Yes,
and then you hit me up, and I said, of course, homie, pull up. Homeboy, it's just a matter of time. What's good with you, though?
That. Good, man. You know, just trying to prosper, you know?
Yeah,
trying to lead the way, trying to pave the way, you know?
Yeah, try and lead by example.
Yes, sir.
That's right, homeboy. So let's get a little bit of history of you, homie. Where were you born and raised at, carnal?
I was born and raised in Inglewood, California.
Okay.
You know what I mean? City of champions, baby.
The city of
You know what I mean?
campeones, homeboy. The
Yes,
real
sir.
champs, not the
Yes, sir.
campeones we got out here in the corner all fucked up. The real campeones,
Yes,
homeboy.
sir. City of champions, baby.
So how was your upbringing in Inglewood, homeboy?
I mean, you know, like any other child, you know what I mean? When you're growing up in a Mexican home, like you got that
Sit right there. You got a couple chairs back there, homie.
family, the camaraderie, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Salute my boy True, just walked in the building.
What's up, fellas? How we doing, homeboy? That's right.
Just regular upbringing, you know? I want to say, like, it wasn't until I reached, like, my teenage years that I started seeing, like, the struggle and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you can grab a chair from out there, homie, and bring it in here. So when you say the struggle, what exactly do you mean by struggle? I mean, I know, but it's...
Back then, the struggle I talk about as far as growing up, beans and rice, you know what I mean? Sometimes Fridays, weekends, meat type stuff, you know? I grew up on
Shit.
that, you know? And growing older, you start getting harassed by the huras, you know what I mean? You start getting harassed by rivals. So that's when reality starts to kick in. Like, oh, okay, so these letters on this wall mean this. You know what I mean? And these are the boundaries and type stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you start finding out that rough shit in the streets.
Yeah, pretty much.
And when you were a kid, was it father and mother in your family, or who was
With me, I never met my pops. You know what I
Okay.
mean? As far as I know, all I know is he got killed before I was even born. You
Oh
know?
wow, dude, that sucks.
So,
Sorry to hear that.
I never asked, you know what I mean? To be honest, like till this day, I've never had the
You've
conversation.
never had that conversation
Nah.
with your mom.
All I know about him is through, I had a stepdad that
Yes.
was married with my jefita at one point in time. Now he's RIP, you know what I mean?
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear it. My condolences, brother.
But pretty much just like whenever he'll get drunk, he'll tell me, oh, that's why your pops got killed type shit, you know?
Oh shit, no
But like,
chingues.
I never really asked, you know? To be honest, I felt like if they don't tell me about it, obviously there's something there that they don't want to talk
And your mom's
about,
has
you know?
never even really brought it up. It's just like
Nah.
a conversation you guys just don't have.
Yeah, to be honest, I just stay strong and just never ask, you know?
Are you curious about it anyway?
To an extent, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I am. But also I'm like, me being grown and knowing like the realities of life, you know? I'm like, damn, that's a conversation that I don't know. I don't even know if I want to know, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I lost my father at an early age. I was 9 years old. My mom just told me briefly something, and that was pretty much it. Until
Yeah.
this day, we've really never touched the subject. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of weird in certain households that it's. I don't know. I think now parents and kids communicate a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think in our generation, you know, it wasn't the communication part.
I've never even seen my jefita cry. Like,
Wow.
to this day, I've never seen her cry in front of me. I'm pretty sure she's cried
Oh, of
behind closed
course.
doors, you
I'm
know?
pretty sure when you were out there running the streets and when you're in jail and stuff, that she was very concerned about you, because
For sure.
that was the one thing. Even my mom, she was a gangster and all that, bro, but she would still, to a point, like when I was in jail and I was in YA, my mom would come visit me every month or whatnot, right? And when she come visit me, she would be like, "I hate to tell you this, mijo, but I sleep better at night when I know you're in jail."
Oh, facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah, I had this conversation with my jefita before I did my time.
And
Same
that's what it
exact
was.
Same exact conversation. And that's what it was.
And I think when we're young and we're in that life, we don't grasp what that means. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know if you have kids now. Do you have kids?
Yeah, I have kids.
Now, since you have kids, you know what that feels like. Come on, imagine if your son or daughter are out there running the streets.
I have teenagers. My son the oldest, just graduated high school. You
Congrats,
know what I mean?
homeboy! Congrats.
You know, I have an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old. I have a 6-year-old and an 18-month-old. You know,
That and that's, to me, that's the gangster part, taking care of your kids and
Yeah, for
and breaking
sure.
that cycle that we
Yeah,
were
for
doing,
sure,
right?
yep.
So in your teenage years, you start getting involved in gangs. At what point do you end up going to jail?
to be honest, I got busted right away. I got put on during when there was a real war going on, you know, in my city.
Right.
You know, and pretty much you already know, you get put on, you gotta go. You know, you
Yeah,
gotta
of
go handle
course,
business. And straight up, you know, my first holiday that I went on, I ended up catching a case.
Oh shit!
You know?
You're one of those.
Yep.
Real quick.
First mission, I ended up catching a case. Homeboy that I was with, that was driving, ended up telling. My other homeboy kept it solid, you know what I mean? He did a little bit of time, ended up paroling, and he got sent to Guatemala, and he ended up getting killed over there, you know?
Ouch. Yeah,
Rest in peace, my boy Necio, you know? My homeboy Elmer Grajeda, you know?
So pretty much that holiday you guys did end up costing his life in the long run
Yeah,
by getting deported.
yo.
And how much time did you end up getting?
I ended up doing 10 years.
Oh,
I ended up
shit.
signing a deal for 10 years. I ended up doing 9 years, 4 months out of it.
That ain't no chump change, homie.
Yeah, nah, they were trying to give me life. I was fighting 25 to life.
And
My-
how quick did it take for your homie at the time that was driving to flip on you?
Man, like right away. I didn't even know it. Like
That was
he got busted, and then he ended up like bailing out type shit, and then like he was cooperating.
And how long was he from the hood?
And still kicking it. He was from the hood probably like a year, you know.
And you had just barely got put on.
Yeah.
And he's the one that flipped that quick.
Yeah.
And so you learned that
And
harsh.
he's pretty much the one that like I followed. Like that was, to be honest, everyone thought he was my older brother type shit.
Oh man,
you know?
that was like
'Cause
this is the homie.
I got an older brother, you know. Salute my brother Big Saint, you know. But he would always kick me away. Like his crowd of homies, when I try to come, like for him trying to help me, go home.
Of course.
And I ended up finding my own crowd, you know.
That's what happens.
Which is with the homies that were really out there, you know, doing it and really out there, you know, doing the most.
But that way he didn't feel guilty. He was the one telling you go
Yeah.
home. But unfortunately, we when we're in that lifestyle, we don't know that in reality. If he was at home, then he could say, "Hey, why don't you come home with me and let's do something?"
Yeah, hell, I wish he would have, because he was on his hustler tip.
Okay.
So I wish he would have told me, like, hey, come here. Like, don't worry about that bullshit. Get your money, you know what I mean? I was just around the homies that were out there running amok and just, hey, here, you know, go do this. Like, these fools just came and, you know, like, knocked so-and-so or, you know what I mean? Like, the reason I went and I did what I did was because they had killed an innocent kid in my hood, you know?
Okay.
He didn't even bang or nothing, but just because he was walking with one of the homies, they just rolled up behind him with a shotgun and just, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, Fabian, you know?
And
So
you took it upon yourself with
took
the
it
homies.
upon
Said,
myself.
let's go run
and
it back.
I
real quick."
went, yeah, and that's what happened, you know.
So in those 10 years, how was your mindset when you, let's say, first walked into prison? How was your mindset as you walked out of prison?
My mindset when I first went into prison, like my mindset was just, I'm gonna make a name for myself, you know. Like
Right.
I'm already here. It is what it is, you know. I was supposed to do 8.5 years. I ended up doing 9 years, 4 months. So I caught a couple, you know, different violations and stuff like that. Caught more time. And I want to say it wasn't until I met my wife, you know, that I started to like flip the switch. Like, hold on, you know.
Okay.
Like, now I got something to live for, you know, and she's pretty much what like snapped me out of that, you know, to be honest. You
Hey,
know?
homie, my wife's my backbone, carnal, because behind every good man is a great woman. And they're the ones that are going to tell you, hey, fool, pump your brakes.
You know,
Hey, you're acting a fucking fool.
yeah, for sure.
You know, and if
For
she's
sure.
not telling you that, you need somebody better in
Yeah,
your life,
yeah,
homeboy.
facts.
Right?
Yeah,
So
for
you
sure.
met your wife while you were in prison,
Yeah.
and you
She
guys
did my last 3 years with me, and I ended up paroling to her and everything, you know?
still together?
Yeah, we're
Oh,
still
that's
together.
what's up, homie. You weren't one of those vatos that comes out and he takes off, homeboy. That happens a lot too, carnal.
I'm a very, very loyal person, you know? Like, that's just me, you know?
So you got out, and when you got out of prison, how long you been out now?
I've been out 4 years this time.
Congratulations,
You know,
homeboy.
the first time, though, I only lasted like 2 months. I ended up catching another case.
No chingas way.
Yeah.
Was that
And
after
it wasn't even, it was, I was just, in the apartment complex I was living at, there was a homie that, he wasn't even from the hood. It was a homie from Venice.
right?
And I would just kick it with him after I get out of work with Blaze. And he was just like, hey, give me a ride to go pick up some money. He's like, I need to go do this. It was like around the time the kids were going to go back to school.
Okay.
So he's like, I need to go get this money, you know, for my kids back to school.
Like around this
supplies,
time?
you know? Yeah. And I was like, at first I was like, no. Then even like his baby mom's like, that girl he was living with, hey, come on, like we need the money. So I gave him a ride. And on the way back, cops, I ended up taking Sepulveda. No, I ended up taking Venice all the way to Sepulveda. And when I made that left on Sepulveda, there was a black and white. He just ended up busting the bitch and get behind me and just pull me over. And when I was pulling over, he was like, "Hey, I'm on the run for a murder case."
Shit. No chingues,
He's like,
way.
"I'm on the run for a murder case, bro." He's like, "Damn, nah." Like, literally almost started crying in the passenger. And I just got out from them trying to take my life. You know, I was facing 25 to life. So my adrenaline just kicked in. Like, you don't leave a homie on stuck when you're in prison, you know? So I just ended up taking off.
Ah,
I went on a high-speed chase, all that. I ended up wrecking my car because I didn't know
And
how
it
to
pretty
drive.
much had nothing to do with you.
Nah, nothing.
But you just fucking, you thought, damn, this fool caught a hot one. I'm going to get caught up in this shit. Fuck this. I'm not trying to go back to jail.
I just, to be honest, I was
It
fresh
was
out.
It was a
just
fight or flight
happened.
reaction.
Yeah,
You're
it
like,
was
I'm
just,
running, fool.
I'm
Fuck
gone,
this.
yeah. And
And
ended up-
while you're hitting the gas and going, what's homeboy saying, telling you?
he's just like, I'm just trying to tell him, like, hey, I'm going to hit a couple corners and get off.
You better
know?
ditch this shit.
And I just ended up hitting a couple corners, and I ended up hitting the street with like some dips. So I was going like at least like 80, you know?
Yeah.
Hit the first dip, boom, I landed, hit another one, and when I landed from that one, like I just lost control of the car. Ended up hitting a tree, and we just ended up popping out and running, you know? And they ended up catching us.
So did they believe you probably had a part of his situation at the time when they got you guys?
Man.
Or did they even know he was in the car?
He was on the run for fucking beating up his baby mama.
He wasn't.
He was on the run for a fucking domestic case.
That's the way. And so all that for
All
nothing.
that
homie.
for nothing. He ended up doing like 90-day violation, and I ended up catching a whole new case.
Ah, shit.
And I wrecked my car. I only had that car a week.
All over this fucking dumbass's shit.
Yup.
Instead of just fucking getting his little handcuffs and I got a warrant. And
Instead
let's
of
go.
just, hey, you know, like, I got a warrant, like, or whatever the fuck he did, you know, face whatever you did, you know.
And that was I'm here for a hot one, homie.
He said, I'm running for a hot one. I was just like, what?
So
You know what I mean?
how did it feel after, you did all that time, homie? You've been out for 2 months. You've got a taste of freedom. And now you're sitting in the county again, like this shit again? Or were you like,
I was mad. I mean, I was mad, bro. I was mad at myself. Like, as soon as I got out, you know what I mean? I got some solid homies, you know, that I grew up with. As soon as I got out, my homeboy had a connect at one of them temp agencies. So they hooked me up with a good job. I was going into these production companies, Paramount Pictures, Sony Pictures, and we would go and like say, we'll drop off this furniture.
right?
We'll take it, assemble it, leave it, and say for 6 months, and then whenever they're done, go take it back up. That's what I was doing. Like, I had a good job, everything, you know. Like,
You were doing all the right things.
I was doing all the right things, you know. And
that's
just
usually how
that one slip, one slip
for people.
around the wrong person, you know.
And that's what people don't understand sometimes. You could be doing great for 10 years, homie.
You know?
And you just that one night you screw
That's
up
all
and
it takes.
it could take your life from you, homie,
Yep,
literally.
Facts.
So you're sitting there now. How much time did you end up getting on that?
I ended up getting 16 months doubled up, so 32 months
Oh
with
shit!
80.
So you ended up doing some time because of that
Yeah, I
fucking
ended
jackass.
up doing a whole another 2 years, you know?
No chingas, way over nothing.
Over nothing, over some bullshit.
And you lost a ranfla.
And I lost. I totaled it, like, literally, because I had a Chrysler 300 when I first got out, and it had like
And those were popping back then.
it had got messed up. Like the gasket or something se había quemado. So my jefita had a 2006 black on black Charger that she had for me. But when I got out, my wife had that Chrysler. So when that one messed up, my jefita like, hey, llévate ese, you know? So I took it on a Sunday. The next Sunday that happened.
Well, okay.
So it was even worse because she felt guilty, you know?
Walk me through that phone call when you call your moms and say, "Yeah, man, I the car, yeah." What was that phone call like, fool?
Man, I felt like a piece of shit. Like, and it wasn't even a phone call. It was in person.
She came
You know?
to visit.
She came to visit. I love my mom, you know?
That's
like,
right.
she came to visit, like, straight up. I don't know if it was that same night or the next morning.
But she was there.
But she was there, like, how are you? She's like, I seen the car.
There wasn't any
She's
word.
like, I seen the car. How are you? You know? Like, that's my main concern. Like, after I seen the car, how are you? You know?
That's moms, homie.
Straight up.
That's moms. And I think a lot of times the moms, especially the moms that are, that deal with shit like us when we're kids and acting a fool, don't get as much credit because
You know?
I don't care how much work you put in for the hood, how much stuff you've done it. You get busted, you have one or two homies maybe write you, maybe send you some money, everybody else doing their thing. But moms is there, homie.
Yeah, facts.
Moms is there taking
Facts.
care.
Yep. Facts.
So then you got out after that one.
Yep.
And did you go back in or you
No,
see?
after that one, that's it, you know?
How did
I
your
was
girl
just
deal with
like-
that though? Man, she only had you for 2 months and then
We got married. I
okay.
ended up getting married, you know? getting married, had conjugals and stuff like that.
Oh,
That's what helped it, you know.
That's actually a good thing. I think conjugals is something that's a good thing. The one thing that I think I have a small issue with conjugals is when you get people who go in there and they start getting pregnant right away, and like it's like if you're gonna do that, you better make sure that you're gonna come out and take care of the kids, because it's fucked up seeing
because you leave the female outside dealing with all that by herself.
And that's a tough thing, and I think a lot of us just don't see that. So you get out after that. What are you doing?
After that, working. You know what I mean? It was around. I got out right before COVID, so COVID ended up happening, and then I just ended up doing that 1 year because I had to do 3 years parole.
Right.
But I did 2 years in custody. So when I got out, I only had to do a year. So I did that whole year. I ended up getting discharged and everything. And I just working,
That felt pretty
just
good,
staying
right?
focused,
Getting discharged off of that.
Yeah, that was beautiful, to be honest.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know, dude. It's like once you get on some kind of paper, it's hard to get off.
It's hard.
Homie.
Yeah, it's hard. You don't have your rights.
Yeah.
You're on paper. They ask you, you're on parole probation. You say, yeah, because you have to. That's a wrap. They could search you. They could do anything.
They can harass the shit out of you even if you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to know how or when did Santo Gee, the YouTube reaction guy, were you sitting there smoking a joint with the homies one day and say, hey, I want to do a YouTube channel? What inspired you to start doing YouTube stuff, bro?
It was the WAC 100 and Tres back and forth.
Oh, okay.
WAC 100 painting a narrative like,
we call him Three Finger over here, huh?
Yeah, that guy,
That guy.
He was painting a narrative that we've been at war behind them walls for the last 20 years, you know what I mean? And meaning us and the blacks, you know what I mean? And that was during a time where on the streets, everything was peace talks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everything was getting calm. So he was kind of speaking on something that I felt wasn't accurate and just speaking on the homies in a way that I felt wasn't right, So that was my first introduction to YouTube.
Okay.
Was that,
And you made a video reacting to that?
Yeah.
And then what did family members and homies think about it when they first saw it? Did you tell them, or did you just make it and eventually they started seeing it?
I just made it, and to be honest, I didn't even make it with the intention like, oh, I'm gonna monetize this and I'm gonna get my money type.
Right. Yeah.
I was just on some like, what? Like, hold on. Like, I didn't see nobody really speaking up about situations. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna say my 2 cents on it.
Right. I'm gonna get my piece on this.
So, and just took that and ran with it,
And from there, now are you just doing simply reactions, or what exactly would you call your channel?
Right now, I am just simply because they demonetized me. So right now, I'm waiting till September 15.
What was there a video that demonetized you on?
I reposted a video. It was like a Las Vegas jail, and it was a short. It wasn't even a full video. It was a short. There was some like little dude with like a LV, a Louis Vuitton on his face.
Right.
And he was like crying, like, oh, I'm not tough. And the sheriff's telling him, well, you better act tough. Like, you're going to be here at least till tomorrow morning. He's like, but I'm not tough. Like, so I reposted it saying like, oh, this is all you keyboard warriors as soon as you get busted.
Right.
And it hit 1 million views.
Oh, shit.
It hit 1 million views. So they did an audit on my channel. And because of that one video that hit 1 million views, because it came from like another domain, I got it from Instagram.
Right.
It had like the little, you know how when...
Yeah, like TikTok videos.
Yeah. Just because of that.
That's it?
Just because of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, if they're doing out of their mind, I'll have issues, huh, boy?
You got to be careful. And just because that month alone, I hit 4 million views. And it was only like not even at the middle of the month. Like it was at the beginning of the month.
No, that went viral. That went super viral.
I had a couple of different clips that went viral.
What's the rules of that? That because it had
reused content.
Of copyrighted content or something?
Because I didn't have a voiceover or myself.
Oh, you just...
It was just...
But I would have thought they would just give you a strike or something and then...
That's what I thought.
And when was this that this happened?
This was like already like a month and a half ago.
Okay. Because I thought they started changing... They started changing a lot of the YouTube rules as far as monetization and copyright strikes. It's much harder now for people to put copyright strikes on stuff, which is a good thing. But I think also a lot of people that get on YouTube, they believe that, oh man, I'm gonna make all this money with this, and like we were talking earlier, dude, it's not paying that much money, homie.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
You got to really, really put in the work, you know?
You definitely got to put in the work. So what are you doing to try to, separate yourself from everybody else?
I was just telling stories, to be honest, just telling stories. And that's what I'm going to continue doing. But I'm going to just waiting till I get my monetization back. Because I'm like, I'm not going to burn out on my good stories when I'm not even getting paid for it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the only reason why I've been more on a reaction tip.
You make members only yet?
I don't even have that. They took all that.
The members only
They
also?
took all that.
Jesus.
Like
fool.
people, you know how I had like at least like 30 people on
members only.
on members, you know, and they took all that, like all that, everything.
Yeah, I see. I'm now about to get out of strike. I usually go 1-2 strikes and I fucking pull back a little bit because 3 strikes and you're gone, homeboy.
Yeah, that's dangerous because everything you worked hard for.
Yeah,
you know,
I could
like,
only like if I were to get 3 strikes and they shut the channel down, I'm gone. Fool. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm over it. We'll peace out the studio, whatever. Fool. I'm going back to regular life, homeboy. I'm getting off the internet because that's a lot of work, homeboy.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I was like, you know what? I think it's time for me to make my rounds. You know.
Yeah, for sure,
You know what I mean, you guys want to hear my story? Hey, tune in with American Cholo or tune in over here. You know, like
it's kind of ironic. I just saw a video you did. I think it was the day that Lucky went on his rampage or the day before.
the challenge.
Yeah. So talk to us about the challenge, and then we'll address Lucky from Hood Stocks in a bit. But yeah, talk to us about the challenge, homeboy.
All right, I did a video. I initially wanted it to be 30 days, right? But I said, okay, 30 days might be too much for people, you know? So I'm like, okay, 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks to 30 days. If you're a reaction channel or if you're a podcast, I challenge you to not talk about any homies in a negative manner. If you're going to bring up any homies, let it be positive or constructive criticism. But just bashing somebody, like, come on, we're better than that. And the reason I did the video is because I personally got a message from one of the older homies, somebody that I admire and that has helped me out a lot with not only my channel, but everything I've been doing. And he's just like, hey, man, like, I see a lot of back and forth with a lot of homies. Like, I think it's time that we knock that off, you know? Like, how do we expect other people to take us serious if we're over here bringing each other down, you know?
Facts, homie. Facts.
Like the minute that they see us shouting each other out, supporting each other, then they're going to be like, oh, you know, like I support that. Because to be honest, a lot of our viewers, they don't care about, oh, the he said, she said and all that. You know, they just want to see you win.
Well, some, but there's also a lot that will stir up the pot and F this guy, I'm with this guy. You know what I see it like right now? It's unfortunate. When the YouTube stuff started for myself, there was very few guys on there, and everybody was on the tip that, except for one, pretty much everybody was on the tip that, you know what, positivity, changing the narrative, letting people know, like when they're talking about jail and stuff, they were talking about it in a way that was constructive to say, don't go to jail, it ain't worth it, it ain't that. And now what I see is this has turned into like the streets, homie. You've got different hoods, which is different podcasts. They have their audience and they are beefing with this guy. They're beefing with that guy. Their audience is beefing with this guy. And it's becoming, I mean, for lack of better words, kind of a shit show, homie. And I'm not going to sit here in front and act like I haven't been part of the shit show. I've been part of the shit show, bro. One thing you have to learn in this thing is not to get into your feelings. And it's going to take you, crashing out a couple times to figure out like, hey, dude, I'm tripping. Like I used to go at it in the comment section with people. I used to like get all pissed off. And I think what it's doing is it's making us go backwards, fool.
Yeah, I think so.
It's literally us making us go backwards.
Yeah, I think so. And like I said, I even said it myself in that video, like, I'm not perfect. I'm human. I can't say how I will react in certain situations, you know? All I can do is give my advice or my constructive criticism and stuff like that. And I can admit, I've myself have done certain videos that somebody sees, maybe they would want to run that. You know? And then they're entitled to it, They're entitled to it. The minute that you put somebody's picture on your thumbnail, it's like 50-50 up in there, Like, do they like what you say or do they feel some type of way? And you know what I mean?
Oh, it also depends on the way that you're making the video, you're speaking about it.
Yeah.
I think with us as a community, we stay on that low level fucking gang shit where if you're a podcaster, if you're in the rap game, if you're on social media, if you're putting yourself out there, you're gonna be criticized. As long as when they're not criticizing, they're not calling you a B, they're not calling you a punk. They're just like, hey, I disagree with this guy and this. But then, let's get down. Well, listen, homie, the sky's blue. If you tell me it's red and we fight and you sock me up, sky's still blue, homie. The colors hasn't changed, homie. And that's what gang banging comes down to. Gang banging is my street's better than yours, my block's better than yours, I'm more gangster than you. Let me shoot you up. I'll shoot. And at the end, nobody wins, homie.
Yeah.
Nobody wins, you know. And with the listen, we'll get into it right now real quick with the Lucky situation, right? I don't believe for 1 second like what Lucky said about me. I don't take it in a bad way. Yeah, Lucky. I stopped gangbanging when I was 24 years old, homie. After doing 3 tours of duty in YA for the hood, right? I could still go across the street, kick it with the homies, and do that whole thing, but that's not what I'm on, homie. You know, if your claim to fame is that you were banging at 37 years old and you want that title, get it, homie. I'll give it to you, homie. You are the most gangster guy in the world, homie. That's not what I'm on. I'm on this tip, homie. My claim to fame in my hood used to be the gangbanger in the hood, dropping meetings, getting straps, doing all that. That's not my claim to fame in my hood no more. My claim to fame in my hood is I'm a guy who was all about that. I hit the brakes, homie. I told the homies, nah, this is wrong. Somewhere along the line, my fucking light switch went off. And I said, this is wrong, fool. I'm tripping. And I decided at 24 years old, when I got a wife for the 3rd time, it's either the hood or my kids. And the hood came knocking. The hood came, hey, what's up, fool? Let's roll. Pulled up in my house, like, because they know I was that guy. And I told the homies like this, but in a loving way, like, fuck you, fools. I'm good, homie. I'm going to take care of my kids, homie. My daughter was about to go to foster care. So it was me, my girlfriend, which is my wife now, her son, which is now my son. And I had to make a conscious decision. What am I going to do? Am I going to go back to the hood? That's the easy part, homie. I know this. To me, when I hear somebody talking about, homie, that doesn't impress me, carnal. That doesn't. What impresses me is, damn, this fool changed his life. He's taking care of his kid. He's fucking being a coach at school. He's fucking guiding the homies in the right way. All that tough talk about the pinta, about this. If that's what you want to do, homie, get it, carnal. I don't want no part of that, homie. Yeah, I want to show these youngsters that, hey, homie, you don't gotta throw your life away, carnal. Listen, gangs are destroying us. I love my hood, homie. I love my homies, but I can simply say gangs are destroying us, homie. It's a cancer in our hood where we're literally killing somebody for the block, and then you're gonna be kicking with them in the joint. It makes no sense, homie. But as young people, I understand because it's a lack of education on our part. But are we going to continue that cycle over and over? Nah. To me, like I said, what I want to be known as, I want to be known as that guy in the hood giving away backpacks with the Victory Outreach. In November, I'm going to pull up in my hood, the small park on Tierra Street, homie, on my block. I'm going to give away turkeys, homeboy. So to me, if you want to compete with me giving away to your neighborhood. I'm still in my hood putting in work, but what I'm doing, I'm putting in work for my community, homie, because for so many years, I was destroying my community. I was that guy on the block bumping music, telling the neighbors to go fuck themselves. This is my hood. Like, fuck you. Like, a straight asshole shit. But I was wrong. I was uneducated, and I'm not gonna sit there and have my younger homies following those footsteps. I'd rather have them see Gil. Oh, that's the homie right there. But that fool's doing good. Because there's already enough guys doing bad. And doing bad is easy, fool. Getting a strap, that ain't hard, homie. Pulling the trigger, that ain't hard, homie. But once you get busted, and now you got somebody else taking care of your kids. You got your mom stressing out. It's like they take you out of the video game, and I'm not gonna sit here and glamorize that life, homie. There's already enough people out there. If you want to glamorize that life, get your money, homie. If you want to be known as the biggest gangster, get your money. If you want to be known as the greatest podcaster, get your money, homie. It ain't that serious. To me, we're fighting over crumbs, goddamn.
Yeah.
We really are. With this podcast stuff, all of a sudden, listen, people, unless you're getting 100,000, 200,000 views per fucking video, bro, you ain't doing shit. This is small potatoes. Yeah. Talk to me when you're in the millions, when you got 1 million followers, when you can really do something. Right now, we're literally fighting for crumbs, fool. And we're dissing each other. I'm not going on that route, homie. I'm going on the route that we're better than that. If that's what you want to do, homie, the block's there. The block ain't going nowhere. You want to get the strap? You want to gangbang? Get your money, homie. I ain't that guy, but I ain't your punk either. I'm a man. I got a family. I'm going to take care of my family, but I'm not going to fight over who's the greatest podcaster? Who's this? Who's that? It's like, it's nuts, fool. So what is your take on all that?
To be honest, I just feel like, me personally, like I did a video on it and I said, he spoke his truth.
Yeah, for sure. Tell me how you really feel, Lucky.
He spoke his truth, and I know me personally, like I said, when that lefty stuff happened, I did a video like, damn, like shouldn't have done it like this, and who knows, maybe it stems from that, because he did have a lot of people on his bumper, when all that happened. Could it be something like that he was holding on from back then?
Yeah, with me, I think he said that I was saying he's a drunk. This is no, I did a video out there, and I titled it, I think that, and I said that lefty situation all stems from drinking too much on the podcast, fool. That's it, homie. And anybody who's not blind can see that. I mean, and it's unfortunate that when you say something like that, you want to get all upset, homie. If I really didn't give a fuck and was like, I'd be like, hell yeah, fool, get that shit. Like, and don't believe the comment section, fool. The comment section wants you to crash out, fool.
You don't know how many times I've had in people, hey, so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that. And they just want to stir it up,
Yeah, fool. Hey, think about this. The comment section, Crip Mac. You think any of those people sending Crip Mac money?
Oh, no.
Crip Mac disappeared, homie.
Yeah.
This is just like the hood. Everybody loves you. Yeah, homie, put in that work. You go to jail, they're gone, fool.
Oh, facts.
They're gone, homie. Facts. So don't believe the comment section. Don't get wrapped up in this stuff. To me, listen, it's a great thing that's going on with as far as social media, where we're getting a platform, we're becoming larger, we're having more influence. But are we gonna start throwing it all away for this? Are we gonna start going, all right, we're gonna go get down with this guy? Nah, homie. Listen, like I said, I'm not doing that with Lucky. I even said on my Cholo Juan interview, you guys go check it out towards the end of the interview.
I like that interview. To be honest, I was watching it earlier today, and hey, salute Cholo Juan, man, because he spit some knowledge.
Yeah,
and that's good. That's good to actually hear him on an interview where he could actually talk for a long period of time, answer, shoot the shit, and you get to know the homie better.
Exactly.
You get to know what his mental state is at.
Yes, homie.
And how, he's not just a character, bro. No, he's actually smart.
Very articulate guy. Yeah, very smart guy, homie. And when he asked me who are the top podcasters, I said it, Lucky, homie. I'm not hating on the homie. I said, Lucky's number one. I said, Hater World's number two. Negative's number three, per the numbers. I could easily say, well, I think my stuff. Nah, homie, there ain't no hate. But the thing is, does it really matter? There's enough to go around, especially with solid homies, especially with us. We shouldn't, if I don't like your stuff, all right, I'm just not going to watch it. It's not that serious, fool. I mean, like I said, to me, I've been working, I'm taking care of business, homie. I am proud to be a family man. I am proud that my kids are in their 30s, homie. They're not gang members. They're not on drugs. We broke that cycle, fool. But I had to sacrifice myself, and I had to swallow that ego. And the hardest thing I ever had to do was say, I don't bang, fool. You don't know how hard that was, homie. And motherfuckers that know. And I've had homies that are some killer ass fools, homie. My homie Rooster. My homie Rooster's now doing the union thing. Pinto, big, huge gangster ass motherfucker, homie. And I had that conversation with him. He's like, dude, I can't. And eventually, yeah, homie. But once you do that, you free yourself. Like, that's it, homie. I choose my family overall. All that, the street cred, you ain't putting no food on the table with that street cred, homie. You ain't paying the renta with that street cred, homie. You ain't paying your cardinal with that street cred, homie.
To be honest with me, that's why I love my homies, you know what I mean? Because when I got out from doing the 10 years, they told me straight up. Like, they pulled up to my jefita's house, you know what I mean? Deep. The homie was right there hopping in 6'4". That fool G, you know what I mean? My homeboy's his uncle. Yeah. Pulled up in the 6'4". He was right there hopping in the middle of the street. And the homies pulled me aside like, hey, bro, like, do your family thing, like, kick back, do you, live your life. You know what I mean? And at the time, I'm not going to lie, I was tipsy. Like, nah, hell nah, like, how many homies I lost, in that time. So I was like, nah, like, we finna turn up. Chill, like, do your family thing, woo-woo. And I did, I listened,
Tomorrow, I'm going to one of my homies' daughter's quinceañera. That homie just got doing 20-some years for a murder back in the 90s, fool. Good-ass homie. And it's like, I'm seeing some of the homies now get out. And they know, like, dude, I threw away 20 years of my life, fool. And I'm like, hey, fool, what's up? Was it worth it? Like, fuck no, fool. Like, I have a little pin. I say, here, homie, the hood gives you a little pin for it. Anybody coming out right now will tell you, nah, homie, it's a waste of life, carnal.
They are happy that they got a second chance, and best believe they are not messing it up.
And all of us who are podcasting, who live that life, we've got a second chance at this, fool. And I'm not gonna sit here and take this podcasting thing to gangbang. That's the complete opposite of what we're trying to do over here. When I bring homies on over here, it's got to be a homie who has a story but has a good message at the end. If you're going to come in here and just talk about the pinta and how you did this and how you did that and how you're going to go back and how you gangster, nah, homie, there is a lane for that. It is not over here.
Yeah, for sure.
But don't knock me for trying to school the youngsters in the right way, homie.
Yeah, nah, that's what we're supposed to do, you know?
That's
to be honest. We can't be stuck in the same cycle, you know?
But that's what this podcasting thing seems to be going through, bro. Right now, we're glamorizing the shit out of the joint. We're glamorizing the shit out of that gangster life. We're glamorizing like, hell yeah, that's gangster. I mean, and to me, it's like, nah, that's not what we built this place for. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's really what you want to do, homie. Like I said, the block's there, the straps are there. You want to get that money, you want that record, get it, homie. But in 5 years, nobody knows who you are.
Yeah. To be honest, I took that message I got from the older homie as, hey, you know, go in this direction. Don't follow all these people over here, you know? Like, stay where you at. Do this, you know? And I just feel like that's what I was set out to do, you know?
Absolutely.
I have a platform. I have influence. I have people watching. I'll be damned if I'm going to let them down and go down that path. You know what I mean? Because that path is so easy. And it's only going to land you one place.
You know this.
You know?
You know this. And those guys that are in there doing life will tell you, what are you doing, fool?
Facts. The hard part is waking up every morning and going to work.
Quiero que sepas, güey.
That's the hard part. Waking up every morning and showing up to work. You know what I mean?
I've been doing it for 24 years, homie. Like I said, I came out 24 years old, never worked in my life, homie, was breaking my back. But all I knew is at the end of the day, I'm a 24-year-old guy. I had my daughter when I was 16, so she must have been like 8 years old, fool. So I made that conscious decision. When my daughter's 8 years old, I'm 24, 3 times out of YA, and I could have easily said, I'm going back to the hood. And I still lived in the neighborhood. It wasn't like I moved out. I'm still here, as you can see. You know, I can still pull up to the homies, say what's up. But the thing was that, you know, most homies that really care about you, they're going to look at you and say, that's right, homie. You're doing the right thing.
Hell yeah.
I wish I could do that. Because there's some homies out there that they're living their life, homie. Respect to them, carnal.
Yeah.
I got no quarrels with it. I know why you're doing that. I know what happens. But one day you're going to wake up. I'll tell you a story that helped me kind of put the light. Because I say like this. I say every single gang member, at one point, the light's going to go off, fool. But you could be in your early teens, could be in your early 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. And you're like, dude, what am I doing? I'm like, wait a minute, I'm throwing my life away. I'm sitting in the county jail. This is like 96. I'm probably like, I don't know, 19, 20 years old. In one of the modules, older homie comes in, but he's probably about my age now. And then he has one of the vatos in the cells next to us. We're like in those 6-man cells, right? And he's talking to the homies. Hey, homie, I got a good thing going on, homie. I'm coming up, and I'm thinking, my ears go open, my eyes open up, and I'm like, oh shit, this was about to tell me the secret, how to make the money. Hey, homie, I was coming up. He's talking to the vato next cell, whoa. And then, oh yeah, what are you doing, fool? It's like, homie, I was going to CVS. I was getting razor blades, and I was telling them not to swap me, and I'm like, wait a minute, fool, wait a minute. And that just got like, this is what I want to do?
Yeah.
I want to be fucking 50 years old talking about, I got the hustle, I got this, I'm stealing razor blades at CVS, I'm going to the swap meet slanging them so I get a bag? Nah, homie, there's something wrong here.
Yeah, for sure.
There was something wrong here. Not to knock what they were doing, but they weren't educated like that, homie. Yeah. Now we're able to fast forward the movie of gangs in 2024 and see where it's going to take us, homie. Yeah. I understand why we're still doing it. I understand why, homie. I understand every bit of it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go ahead and tell homie, yeah, you should do it. Because the minute you join the hood, homie, you just set yourself up for a life of misery.
Yeah, on some real shit. Up all kinds of boundaries. You know,
it's tough. It's tough.
You can't go here. You can't go there. You can't go there. You know
it's tough. It's tough enough already having to wake up in the morning, having to listen to a boss you may not like, having to deal with clients or people you just don't like, having to bite your tongue when you want to tell somebody, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But why? Because I got a wife and kids depending on me, homie.
Facts.
And I think that's what we got to push. To me, gangster isn't being that old still being active. Gangster isn't being in your 40s coming in and out the hood. Gangster isn't going and catching 20 years. I mean, gangster to me, and that's just my opinion, gangster to me is a guy who takes care of business, takes care of his family, homie. And I think that's what we've been lacking for many years, especially in households where there is no fathers. And if there is fathers like us, because we're all going to be fathers one day, hopefully, right? If you haven't been, that kid is a sponge. Yep. That kid, whatever you're doing, bro, whatever you're doing, you could sit there and tell him, mijo, you better not do this, you better not. But then you're on the block kicking with the homies. He's not going to fucking listen to you, fool. He's going to see what Papa's doing. Yeah. Is Papa's acting a fool? Guess what? I'm going to act a fool. Yeah. And I'll be damned if my kids are going to be proud of saying, oh, yeah, you know what? I just got out the pinta and this is what I'm... Nah, I get it. You got out. We doing this. But what are we doing now, homie? Yeah. How are we stepping our game up? So how do you think we kind of slow this craziness down in the YouTube yarda, homeboy?
That's why I try to set that challenge, you know? Just, if you're not going to salute and give props, just don't even mention a homie.
Yeah, but you know what? There's guys who are obsessed, fool. Obsessed, fool. I've got guys on my shit who are obsessed with me, fool. Anything I do, oh, it's this. Anything. I don't even respond. I don't say anything. With the lucky thing, yeah, I'm gonna respond because I listen. I was like, it wasn't that bad. Like I said, your worst case is because I stopped at 24 and you stopped at 37. Congrats, homie. You can have that. I mean, but at some point, yeah, we got to become adults, homie. We got to lead by example. And like I said, I'm guilty of some of the bullshit, of course, homie. I'm not a perfect man by any means, but I believe that I learn from my mistakes, and I'm trying to learn my mistakes, and I'm trying to lead by example. I won't shit on Lucky. You know what, homie? Homie's got some shit going on. More power to homie. You
can tell he has a lot going on.
Yeah, homie.
To have a whole group, a whole team, and you're not making enough to pay your team, you know, and you gotta tell them they gotta go. Like that's.
But I don't know if it's that. I think he's. I think he's frustrated because how many subs he has, but he doesn't have maybe the views that he wants, which in other words is the money that he wants. I'm sure he wants, like everybody else, bro. He wants to be able to self-finance everything, and I'm sure if he was making, let's say he was making, he will break his team off. I don't see for 1 second that he will not break his team off.
Yeah, I don't see that either. He was transparent. Like he put up everything. I don't know if you've seen, because I follow him, so he put a whole graph of what he pays who and all that, and the revenue that he was bringing in.
Yeah, this, like I said, people think,
you know, I would make the decision that he made by letting some people go too, you know?
Right.
It's like, at the end of the day, business is business, you know?
But I think if you're coming into this thing just so that you're going to make money off the top, homie, you're in the wrong business.
Facts. Yeah.
You're in the wrong business, carnal. Yep. Right now, with what we got going on here, we just make enough to cover pretty much the rent in the studio. Yeah. The rest, I come out of pocket to pay Chris. I come out of pocket to pay the homie doing security. I come out of pocket to fill this fridge. I come out of pocket. But to me, it's two things. It's an investment on not just myself, but on my community, because I'm trying to not just educate people on the streets. I'm trying to educate them politically, homie. I'm trying to show them how to move, because a lot of people they're not, homie. Just because, again, it's not that we're like dumb people when it comes to politics. It's just we're uneducated.
Yeah, that's fact.
But the same thing with the streets. We continue to make that mistake as a community, and to me, are we ever gonna get out of this fucking shit, fool? Or are we gonna be in the next 100 years? Los pinches cholos are still fighting one another. Like, at what point do we figure out, hey, homie, let's salvate this shit, carnal? And it's frustrating. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. It's frustrating to be the bigger person, you know. It is.
It's definitely frustrating to be the bigger person. It's definitely frustrating to sit there and swallow your pride and say I screwed up. And I have. I've done it plenty of times where I've had to apologize. But to me is, if you know you're wrong and you know that, you know what, dude. Like, even when I screw up with my wife or something, you know what? If I fucked up, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. It's a humbling moment.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna double down on the bullshit, homie, it's just more bullshit's gonna come. And to me, I've been down that negativity shit. If I wanted to catch views, Santos, I could be on that negative shit all day, fool.
For sure.
Fuck this vato, fuck
For
that
sure.
vato, fuck this vato. I got covers on this guy, and I would get views, and I'll start generating money.
And you do. Believe it or not, you do. Like, there was a long period in time where you were dominating, you know? You were dominating, honestly, you know what I mean? And you could have kept it like that.
Yeah,
you could have kept it like that.
For sure.
But you didn't, you know?
The energy that was coming with it was horrible, bro. The energy that's coming with it was horrible. It started feeling like I'm back on the block, homie. Like I'm back on the block. I'm looking around. I'm like, you know, because just like when I was running the hood, homie, and in the block, right? It was like my motto was, I'm living on borrowed time. I know it's only a matter of time. I'm gonna catch another case. I'm gone. Fool. That's just the life that I was living. And I started getting a glimpse. I'm like, no, fool. And my wife's like, dude, you're going backwards. Like my wife talks to me and tells me, you're going backwards. Like even with this one, keep it positive. Right here, I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just saying the facts, homie. I'm not trying to go backwards, homie. I'm trying to elevate the game where when somebody comes and looks at the podcast, they're like, oh shit, look at these fools. Like, they're not some ignorant people. They're not this. Their homies are educated, man. The homies are stepping their game up. But if they were to see me just if this guy, this is it, yeah, I'm gonna get the views, homie.
Yeah, of course.
But
you got the following.
You got the following, homie. But the energy that comes with that, fool, it's just
you don't want that.
I've been on those crash outs where you wake up the next morning, and your stomach. It feels like, and I think we've all done it. When you go to a family party or just a regular party, you blacked out, you acted a fucking fool. You wake up the next morning like, hey, we la cagas this way, and
facts.
I don't want to wake up like that no more.
Yeah.
Homie. I want to listen. You're not gonna get the views, but to me, is God and karma will pay you in the long run, fool.
Yeah,
they're gonna take care of you, homeboy.
Yeah. To me, like I said, me personally, I can't. He didn't mention me. You know what I mean? Like, I see how you feel because he mentioned you personally, you know, and he said some things. Like, that's why I feel like I can't tell someone how to respond or how to feel.
Yeah, of course, of course.
And as far as Lucky, like, to be honest, I was a little shocked, you know? I was a little shocked, but I'm pretty sure I would like to see how he goes moving forward, you know? How he goes moving forward, and if he apologizes or if he doubles down, you know, or how he goes about it. But I'm human. I'm not here to judge no one, you know. He's his own man, and you know, I'm just watching. And me personally, I'm not gonna bash no one, and I'm gonna just keep it neutral, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. And with him, like I said, to me, it wasn't that horrible. He did some stuff about other guys, and I'll let them deal with whatever comments he said. You know, I'm not even dwelling on that stuff. To me, it was just mine. Like I said, I'm 37 years old. Get it, homie. If that is what you want, homie, get it. That's not what I want. To me, my personal advice with him would be like, yeah, homie, just you got a big platform. You got your following. Don't let the crazy comment section audience pump you up to keep, you know, talking shit. I mean, if that's what you want, though, at the end of the day, get it, homie.
I want to say it was just a lot of stress, a lot of built up stuff, you know. Having a whole team behind you and then you being there by yourself, that's the first. I want to just cut back on the liquor, you know, on the drinking. If that's what it is, then you know what I mean. And that's like constructive criticism, you know. I'm not even. And
that's what I said. And
no,
not at all. For like I said, if you didn't care and if you wanted to see him, you would be like, hell yeah, get that shit, fool. Keep talking. Like, nah,
yeah, because that's what majority of the people, that's what they want to see, and that's what they tune in for, is for drama, you know.
And they say they don't.
They say they don't, but numbers don't lie, you know. The numbers don't lie.
They'll say, hey, güey, pinche chismosos, pero aquí andas, güey. Pero aquí andas. And that's the thing. But no, but like I said, there's even other beefs like that right now. There's beef between Hater World and I think Cult Media TV, bro, which is Prime, right? I think Prime be taking more little shots over there. To me, it's this, fool. Like I said, we're barely at the infancy stage of this shit, bro. These are not numbers, carnal. When you have a warehouse, you're making fucking a few $100,000 a month, a year, whatever. Okay, homie, now we doing something. Now you can sit there and say, ¿sabes qué? Get it, fool. You're on some Canelo thing, but right now we're on some amateur boxing thing, and we're acting like, nah, this is nothing, homie. This is just us barely beginning. But are we gonna destroy it so other people? Let's say, okay, at the end of the day, somebody to really blow up has to have some kind of backing with it, right? Like some kind of corporate backing.
Yeah.
In a corporate backing, what are they gonna do? Okay, let's see what they got. They're looking. Wait a minute, no, we're bringing street politics. No, they don't want to touch that.
Yeah, they
fool.
don't.
Come on, let's be honest. It's gonna make you just stay like regional, and that's
we're gonna box ourselves in, to be honest.
And we've already boxed ourselves in time and time and time again.
That's where it's going right now. To be honest, if we continue down this path of bashing each other and putting each other down, we're just
to me,
let's turn everybody off.
Listen, homie, I accept your challenge, homeboy. I accept your challenge. 2 weeks, I ain't saying nothing. Even though I don't really talk about people, homie. I'll talk on certain topics. I'll talk about certain news, but I don't really do any reaction stuff. But I'll take your challenge, homie. I ain't gonna talk, but I guarantee you the other guys won't. But that'll tell you where they're at. People on one side of the face will tell you they're about positivity. On the other side of the face, they're disrespecting somebody.
Yeah, that's why I said it. I know people watch it. Like I know the people that are on the YouTube Yarda. I know they seen my video.
Of course.
I know they seen my video. Whether they accept the challenge or not, that's on them. You know what I mean? Thank you.
Which one, phone? Which one? Oh yeah, put it in the vaso, homeboy. There you go. That's a clean one. Get to another, Chris. Yeah, there's a fridge right there for the other one too, if you want. Yeah, I accept the challenge, fool. I think that's a excellent challenge to me. Like I said, I'm done with that beef shit, fool. I'm good. To me, it's like this. Yeah, if I see you on the street and you're trying to woof at me, that's a whole different story, fool.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's one thing. Fools better get straight. That's a whole different story.
For sure.
But as far as going back and forth and nah.
It's not that serious.
It's not that serious, fool.
Anything. Anybody that's getting into it right now, it's not that serious, bro. Honestly, it's not.
Facts, fool.
If you're not willing to take it to the box, and what I mean the box, I mean whether you dead in a coffin or you in that cell doing life, then just let it go. Just let it go. It doesn't take much, you know what I mean?
No, it's like we're
keep
saying.
doing your thing. I salute you. Or if somebody says something that you don't like, it doesn't take much to make a phone call,
I'm good, homie.
Make a quick phone call.
But
everybody knows everybody. You could get a hold of somebody if you really want to.
If you got a solid homie, yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. These are solid homies. Whether you may not like the guy, it's just like in the hood, homie. There's guys that don't like me in the hood.
Oh, facts.
You know what I mean? Especially if you acting a fool. Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, that fool's a dick, but he loves the hood, right? But so you know what you do? You avoid that guy. I could see him walking down. I could see some guys over here that I don't, just whatever. Fool. If when I was younger, yeah, let's go run it. But right now, fuck it. Fool. This is beef from fucking 20 years ago. I don't give a fuck. I just don't like you. You don't like me. I learned to accept it. What are we, teenagers? We're fighting over fucking Instagram posts.
Yeah.
5 years ago, fool, we would laugh at this shit. We'd be like, damn, look at these fools. Look at this. And we would also say stuff like, that's how the Morenos act. Look at the Morenos, fool. We don't conduct ourselves like that. But you know what?
Look now.
Fast forward, homie.
Look now. That's facts. That's facts.
That's how we acting, homie. And I'm just not talking about homie. Talking about everybody, homie. We've all had it, myself included, homeboy. Yeah. But like everything else, do we admit we're doing something wrong? We got to kind of change the narrative? I say yes, homie.
Not everybody's man enough to do so, though. To be honest.
Yeah, bro. But that's the same thing when it comes to the game of gangbanging, fool. Some people just can't let it go. And like I said, this is why this reminds me of the gangs, because it's two guys getting into a certain beef, which is petty. Any fucking beef I got right now on the internet, pretty much petty, fool. Yeah. But then my following will say, F those guys, they're following, say, and then it's like a street war, homie.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be like that. It needs to be like, okay, like there's certain, let's say, music guys that sometimes I don't like their music, but you know what? You're not gonna see me. You're not gonna catch me online saying I don't like their shit. You're not gonna catch me in a video saying I don't like their shit. To me, it's not my cup of tea. I'm not gonna bump it. I'm not gonna shit on a homie that's trying to get out the hood, that's trying to get out the mud, homie. But the whole point of us trying to get out the mud is to live a better life. But are we trying to get out the mud so we can come back and talk shit to somebody and mock them about what they're doing? Nah, homie. We're better than that, carnal.
Yeah, thanks.
Or I would hope.
Yeah.
I would hope. I don't know. At this point, I don't know. To me, I think with myself, it'll come to a point where I will probably just be like, you know what, fool, I'm just, and it's fucked up. It would be like, I'm not interviewing no gang shit. I'm not doing this. If that's what you guys, if that's the route you guys want to take, go ahead, fool. I've seen this game, homie.
Yeah.
Youngsters who say, "Oh, Gil, homie, this is a rerun, homie. What you going through, Kana? This is a rerun that I lived in HD, homie.
Yeah.
All right, this ain't nothing new. Getting the strap, going to the hood, putting in work. This ain't nothing new, homie. This is just a rerun. But at one point, do we figure out? Hey, wait a minute, this is a setup, homie. This is the same setup. Like,
you're setting yourself up if you continue down that path. To be honest, you know, this talking about this right here reminds me of Crip Mac.
Okay.
Talking about how influential person he was, and he did a lot of good, but where his downfall was oh, I'm banging and I'm doing this, like I'm out here
doing
active, representing, like doing the most. Like, okay, you act like that, best believe there's 12 is watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Best believe 12 is watching. You out here acting like you this, you that. Well, they're gonna put a scope on you and they're gonna catch you slipping.
That's
you know
exactly what happened. When I was
That's
watching that too,
exactly
and I saw him get caught up, my wife's like, "What do you?" I said, "Dude,
they're like, they got these white little kids walking up to him and asking him for autographs. Too much
pushing Crip
influence.
stuff. Like, in other words, I am glamorizing the shit out of the Crip life. I'm having people say I want to be a Crip, even though they don't know anything about it. So yeah, the feds are like, no, it's time to pull the plug on this guy.
Yeah.
It's time to pull the plug on him.
I ain't trying to, I ain't trying to be that person.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a martyr for the hood, homeboy. Nah, carnal.
Nah.
What, they're gonna ride in the wall, free the homie, but they don't send me no money for sopas? Like nah, fool. We trying to do better soaps.
Because let's be real, he wasn't out there doing all that. He wasn't out there looking for his ops and all that. You know what I mean? He was out the way, but just because he was portraying that happened.
Yeah, and you know something like that's gonna happen. If you're on the limelight and you're pushing that agenda, homie, they're gonna come after you, fool. They're gonna come after you and they're gonna get you out the way, just like they did with Crip Mac. And nobody gives a fuck about Crip Mac no more.
No.
Crip Mac's a thing of the past, fool.
Don't get caught up in the numbers, Don't get caught up in the cloud. Don't get caught up in the numbers. You know what I mean? Just do you.
Hey, the clout is it's a drug, fool. The camera is a drug. People don't understand that. It's a drug, and people, eventually there's some people that don't give a crap about what's going on because they want that view. They want those numbers, fool.
Yeah. I've been caught up myself, in a couple of, like, not even in a big situations, but to where, like, hey, hold on, I gotta catch myself, like, I'm not gonna drop this or I'm gonna take this down, type stuff. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I've done it myself. You know what I mean?
Like any video that you see me woofing, and not even woofing, just talking certain shit about certain people, the ones you'll see somebody clipped it and took it down because I've taken all those down. To me, it's just let me get it off my chest. And then I'm taking it down.
Yeah,
it's done,
sure.
homie. I'm done with this bullshit,
sure.
right? And that's pretty much what I've been doing. But now I've kind of learned, like, fool, it don't mean nothing, homie. It's just like somebody in the comments saying you ain't about that shit. Okay, well, good.
Yeah,
okay. Like really, like
keep thinking that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna say that in my face. Straight up.
It's just somebody in a computer somewhere trying to get under your skin, homie. And you have to learn how to fucking let that shit go.
You have to.
There's learning fucking curves in this shit.
Yeah,
fool.
sure. I remember when I first started, I called someone out, talking about drop the location, drop your GPS, all that.
I think everybody to a point gets to that place, fool. And then, like I said, if you think about it, dude, I'm acting like a fucking teenager with a. That's true. I'm acting like a fucking teenager woofing online to somebody else that I don't fucking know that he's
and
woofing.
That's really not about it, because they really.
You're wasting good energy because it's all energy.
All they're gonna do is, oh, you're there, okay. Hey, 911. There's this guy right here with a weapon.
Yeah. They're gonna set you.
They're gonna set you up.
Like I used to also, be like, oh shit, where's this view at? Where's this at? Where's that? Like when you're starting off, and like I said, if I know what kind of stuff's gonna get views. Like with the Cholo Juan one, I already know. All right, this guy's gonna come in, boom, it's gonna get some good views.
Yeah, for sure.
But I just use that also to, all right, then after that, I'm gonna bring some political guy, and I know the political guy ain't gonna get no views. He's gonna get maybe 1,000 views. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
But no me duele, wait. To me, it's like when I think about it, it's like I saw this one post. It made so much sense. They're like, they had an auditorium. They're like, this auditorium holds 1,000 people, and they showed all the people there. He's like, don't get too caught up in the views. 1,000's a lot, and I'm like, yeah, fool. If I'm talking politics and I got 1,000 views, that means there's 1,000 people that heard this guy's message.
Yeah, that's true.
So to me, it's working. That's what it is. Unfortunately, we get too caught up in that, fool.
Yeah.
It's a drug.
Yeah, and it's facts. If you look at all the channels, right? You look at their views, 1,000 views per video is actually where pretty decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, all right. You know what I mean? People are not doing views like that right now. You know, it's not.
Well, now they're back because the drama got kicked off again.
Well, now, yeah, because of the drama.
Every time the drama kicks off, I've been in todos los cochones.
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
what's this guy saying? What's this guy saying? What's this guy going? Like, everybody, and then it fizzles down for a minute, and then they got to come back up because, like, with the prison stuff, there's only so much shit you can talk about, fool.
Yeah.
Everybody's done a story about this, vato. Everybody's done a story about this. And then if you've been watching this shit long enough, you're like, oh, look, he's telling the same story again. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
For sure.
To
for
me,
sure.
you know what it reminds me of, fool? It reminds me when you're busted. And then, how many stories have you heard? Hey, fool, I was fucked up. Me and the homegirl, whoa. And you're like, God damn.
Like you just told me this story.
Yeah, for like
ago.
for this shit again.
Yeah.
Like that's me. I'm like, this shit again. Like,
Yeah,
come
for
on.
sure.
I'm tired
For
of this
sure.
shit, fool.
Yeah,
So what
facts.
happens is the drama kicks in and people gravitate to
Yeah,
it.
that's
Me,
true.
I'll use
I
it.
think that's what people are doing. Whenever they're low in numbers, they just like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna go at it with this person, or I'm gonna do this.
Oh, some people
To be
do
honest,
that.
I feel like that's what it is. You know?
Some people, and then that, like with Three Finger, that's his MO, fool. His
for
MO
sure.
is let me get
Say
under
something
people's,
viral.
let me say something viral, let me talk shit. And like I said, I could do that all day long, fool.
Yeah.
I could do it, and I'm bringing 50,000 views, like fuck
Yeah.
it. But nah, fool, I don't want to live like that, homie.
Yeah, for sure. That's what Hater World, when I was there, he asked me like, you know, how do you balance it, you know? And I was like, man, to be honest, I've been through some stuff that I could say and I could have been gone viral, you
Yeah.
know, 100, 200 times.
For sure.
But is it really that worth it? Exposing myself, you know what I mean? Like, nah, like it's not, you know what I mean? I'd rather conserve myself and just know the boundaries, you know?
With Hater World, fool, he gets a lot of shit, but some of it he deserves. Let's keep it 100. I'm gonna shout out to fucking Blue Devil, but because he came into this thing and he came in hot. He came in talking a lot of shit, fool.
Yeah, he said it himself from the beginning. It's the hater world. If you're gonna tune in thinking, you know, he's gonna be saying some good shit, he's gonna call it like it is, you know.
But it was true. Like he would say, like, fool, and I forgot who I even told that. Somebody got upset at me or something. And I'm like, hey, homie. Oh, it was, what's the name? Homie, Mr. Gangster Criminal, homie. He got all upset when I made the post about his Torta song and he's getting at me high power. And I'm like, fool. I said, what if TMZ did this? Are you going to call Harvey and go tell him, Harvey, you better take this shit. This is the game, fool. You want those need to learn how to get criticized.
Yeah,
like if
for
I
sure.
was sitting here calling you out your name, then yeah,
Yeah,
homie, you got
for
every
sure,
right
for
to
sure,
be
yeah.
upset. But for me to sit there and say, homie, I think this is not a good look for us, la la la. We're podcasters. We're supposed to be talking about stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think we're hopefully gonna learn that that's how it goes, fool. What is TMZ? TMZ is pretty much the kings of the cheeseman, fool.
Yeah.
The kings of the
sure.
scoops, homie. Anything that's going down, TMZ, go watch TMZ. But the difference is that those stars, whether it's music, whether it's acting, whatever it is, for the most part, they know the game, fool. And what they even do a lot of times, they'll call the paparazzis, hey, we're going to be at this restaurant here. And then when the paparazzi gets here, like, they get away from us, like, fool, you let us know you're
Yeah,
going to
they
be
play
here.
the game, yo.
They play the game to let them know, all right, dude, I got some line out on me. So when it came to Blue Devil's thing, yeah, there's some stuff, like I said, I cringe, like, fool, you're tripping, you're talking too much shit. But he's also kind of brought a lot of different, he's brought a lot of different fucking content towards
Yeah,
the
for
fucking,
sure.
towards it, and people just need to stop taking it so serious.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Homie.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
and I see him now, which is kind of cool. He's now stepping back a little bit off the BS and doing more of the podcasting stuff and all that. You know, we'll see if he goes back because that's what it is. The bullshit will bring numbers.
Yeah, to be honest, I think Blue Devil, he just gets a bad rap, you know? Because when I was there, he showed nothing but love, you know
For
what I'm
sure.
saying? And of course, like any podcast or whatever, they're going to ask certain questions, but it's up to you how you answer them
Absolutely.
and how you go about it, you know? So I just feel like, you know, I understand where people are coming from, but I feel like he doesn't do it in a malicious way either, you know?
Oh, he doesn't do it in a malicious way, but he definitely does it to get under people's skin and fucking and cause the controversy.
He teeters the line
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah,
you know?
for sure.
You know?
Like on some of the stuff with the North and South, I don't agree with him. He knows where I stand on that, homie. But I'm also not gonna be like, oh, F this. Like people start taking real hard stands on stuff. Was like, bro, podcasting is to have conversations.
For sure.
It's not to fight. It's to have conversations.
You said it from the beginning. It's a debate, you know?
Yeah.
Like whenever you have someone on here that you don't have the same ideologies or the same perspective, you'll sit down and chop it up.
Yeah, let's run it. Let's run it. We talk about it, and if we just don't agree, we agree, disagree, and we keep pushing forward. The person that if you're in a debate with has to start cussing you out and saying that he's lost a debate.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he can't verbally express what he feels or thinks, and he can't beat what you're expressing.
Yeah.
And that's what we lack in our community. We lack a way to communicate with each other without bringing the fist out, which will eventually bring the guns out, which eventually, start killing people. And at the end, that's a loss for our community, fool.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what we're trying to avoid. Chris, put the number up there real quick. That way the haters can call in and talk shit to Santo Gee. I'm gonna let it run, fool. I'm gonna be like Blue Devil right now. hey, let me get a refill, homeboy. What you got in the building? What's going on, people? How we doing? And to me, at the end, homie, shout out to Lucky, shout out to Hood Socks, shout out to Blue Devil, homie, shout out to all the homies out there podcasting, doing their thing, carnal. We're better, bigger, and stronger together. We don't have to fucking get along. We don't have to sit there and fucking hold hands and go to each other's birthday parties or whatnot. But we can mutually just respect one another, fool. That's it, homie.
For sure.
That's it. That's the way I look at it, carnal.
That's the way the older homie told me, like the way the homies are in prison, you don't gotta like each other, but you respect each other, You're not gonna catch no one bad mouthing a homie to another race or anything like that,
And that's what we're doing right now.
That's what we're doing, So
got a call, Chris. Hotline.
And how you doing? It's Carmine.
What's up? Oh, Carmine, my Italian Chicano, homeboy. What's good, homeboy?
It's all good in the hood, bro.
You know
love
this.
The show,
right.
love,
Turn them up a little, Chris.
Love the positivity. That's the problem nowadays. Is the OGs aren't teaching the little kids how to act.
Right.
Yes.
When I said this the other day, and usually give me 10, 12, 15 minutes. We don't need that much today. It's
you got a minute and a half, fool. Let's run it. You got a minute and a half. The clock on,
minute
Chris.
and a half. No, the big homies, bro, they gotta straighten out the little kids. I call them little kids, but you know what they are. They go all the way up to in their 20s. But the OGs aren't teaching them how to act, how to respect, how to move, not to say the N word. Have respect for themselves. That's half of the problem, my friend. But let's vote for Trump. Let's vote for Trump. Let's go. Let's vote for Trump.
Trompito team. Full Cholos for Trump. Homeboy, what's the problem, carnal?
All day long.
That's
all
right.
All day long, my friend.
All right, Carmine. You got one more, fool?
Wait. Well, yeah, one more.
Shoot.
To that guy in Arizona, you ain't more Chicano than I am.
Damn.
Vote for Trump. Vote for Trump.
Later, Carmine. Appreciate you.
Have a good one, brother.
Shit. But I think it's just we gotta lead by example, fool. Like sure. Listen. There's always gonna be homies that are gonna talk to youngsters to try to do the wrong. Like this happened to somebody I know personally not too long ago. Young kid, homie, was at a park, dressing a little bit cholo, but isn't one, right? This two youngsters went over there, jammed him up where he's from. He said nowhere, and they had an older homie that was in their like 30s or 40s, fool, and that's the older homie was telling those youngsters to press him up and steal his shit. And he said, dude, the guys that were like my age, they're like, I think 18, 17, they were like, you could tell they didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And this fool's in his 40s telling this fool, oh, take his shoes, come on, homie. And that's the kind of stuff that will make a young guy sit there and say, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to join a gang, and whatever gang they're from, I'm going to join the opposite gang so
for sure.
I can get my run back. Instead of the older homie being like, hey, fool, the guy ain't from nowhere, leave him alone.
Yeah, leave him alone.
And if that was the way fools were at school, there'd be much less wars, and your hood will be much larger, because then a guy like that will be like, oh, hell, these guys treated me right, homie. Yeah. But we're not great at, like I said, the communication and the CEO. Homie.
Yeah, for sure.
Hold on.
For sure.
714, what you got? Hotline.
Santo Gee.
What's good, my boy?
Just calling to fucking let you guys know you guys are doing a tremendous job. Tremendous what you gentlemen are doing.
Thank you, brother.
But on the real, like Santo Gee, I've been following you, and you know what, bro, like you do spread that positivity and respect, and I commend that, because I see
this shit on the internet, and the homies are going insane sometimes, and it's a bad look.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate you.
To both you gentlemen, much respect. You guys have a good fucking weekend, all right, guys?
That's right, homie. Appreciate you, player.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, right, we live. It's good. It's up to us. I mean, lead by example, carnal.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
For sure.
I mean, straight up, like, you know, tomorrow you're gonna go to work, you're gonna do your shit. Like, your kids are looking at that. Like, look at Pops,
hell
always
yeah,
getting
for
up in the
sure.
morning, taking care of
they are.
business. Hotline, what you got?
Cholo,
What's up, homeboy?
it's Jay Amador, homie.
What you got on my 40, fool? What's going on, homeboy? Talk to us.
Hey, shout out to Santo Gee, dog, and shout out to my boy Parkside Demon. He's right there in the casa, homie.
Aquí está. That's right, homie. What's going on, though, boy? Let's talk to us.
Yeah. Nah, you know, I know, you know, everything you guys saying, you know, it's for real. But I think the most important thing right here is for us to get along, because that's the only way we're gonna survive in this game. You know, we all get along, because you see other races. I don't want to say it like that. You know, they're all making it. They're all making feria de volada, you know, and us, we're just hating on each other, you know. I feel like we should all just do our own thing, do our music, and support one another, and we're all gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Yes,
Absolutely.
sir.
You know, my I got a lot of love for all the people that do music, because everybody that does music is arte, homie. It's art. You know, it's time consuming. It's everything has to be like, you know, like, fuck, bro, like, orale, this fool made a badass song, you know, shout out to that fool, you know, because he took his time to do it and all that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people put their heart and soul into it, you know what I mean? That means a lot, you know?
Yeah, bro, well, saludos to you, my boy, mucho gusto. I'm Jay Amador, they call me Chunky from Norwalk, and you know, and saludos, hey, Cholo, what's up, man? I'm still waiting for you, bro.
Give us a quick note, homie. Give us a quick note real quick, homeboy. Come on. Watch.
All right.
Watch.
All right.
Give us something.
Okay, ahí va, mira. Voy a mandarte un papel escrito con letras de oro.
Shout, saca el tequila. Yeah, we'll make it happen, fool. Don't trip before the end of the year. Have a good one,
Hey,
brother.
shout out to my boy Parkside Demons and Frenchy the Shooter, my homie Negro, Canijo, you know, Jeremy, Murder, and ya estamos al 100, viejones.
That's right, homie. I appreciate your player. Shit. Nothing but love, huh, boy?
Yeah,
Nothing but love.
yeah.
What are goals that you have with? Well, hold on, they're coming in hot, homeboy. Hotline. What you got?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, your Theo told you I got him, fool. That's it. I'm hung up. I tell you, they don't want it, homie. They don't want it. Yeah. So what are goals that you have as far as the YouTube game, homie?
Right now, shout out to homie Mantequita. Shout out to homie Butters. You know what I mean? He's helping me get my LLC.
Oh, dope.
He's helping me get my LLC, and then I'm gonna try to apply for a business loan, so that way I could open my own store. I want to open a necessity store with a studio, like a podcast
I
studio.
can help you with some of that. Hotline. Who's this?
Fresno.
What's up, homeboy? Talk to us.
What's up, man? I just say I love you guys. You guys keep putting that peace and positivity. You guys are doing your thing, man. Santo Gee, shout out.
I
And,
appreciate
American
you,
Solo,
G.
man. Keep doing your thing, man.
That's right, homeboy. Appreciate you, player.
All right, man. You guys have a good night.
All right, homie. Late. Yeah, I got a guy who, but I think it's like 5-6 bills, fool. They'll do it because I don't think you want an LLC. What you want is a corporation.
Okay.
The corporation is because the LLC is limited liability corp. You want the actual corporation. He'll get it. He'll put it into the system. All you got to do pretty much is sign it, and it gets done within like 2 weeks, a week.
Oh,
It's
nice.
like this, fool. It's quick. The guy's on it, fool.
Hell yeah.
And that's what you need. You need a corporation.
Yep, for sure.
I'll tell you why in a minute. Hotline. Who's this? What's up, Lefty from Pacas, homeboy? Talk to us.
How you doing? How's Inglewood doing out there in the past? You good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on,
That's
homeboy?
right, homie.
¿Qué dices?
Nothing much. I'm like, before, I used to, listen to my LimeWire download my CDs. Now it's the podcast, right? When I'm going to work, all that shit's a podcast, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
I tap into everybody. I support everybody by, giving them my views. And Lucky, I supported him because I stand on the right side still. You know what I'm saying? Like I went
Yes.
to prison, I parole, good, everything. But when him and Lefty Gunplay got into it, at first I thought it was maybe Gunplay because Lucky had always held it solid, right? But now the way I'm seeing he's acting with his own camaradas, the way I saw Droopy acting, even though he's pretty much like telling Droopy fucking kicking him in the ass, Droopy is fucking still holding his side like a real gentleman should, and saying, you know what, as a homie, much love and respect, right? Because we're not self soldiers. My boy Droopy did time, and even though Lucky said he did time, he's not conducting himself like he did, homie. So I think if you have an issue with somebody, you shouldn't get drunk and expose yourself online. Be like, whoopie, because that's self soldiering. Now, if you did that shit online, you know what, I did this shit, I crashed out my bad expense. You know, as a man, apologize, and if you really have an issue, get behind them on the little cut. You know, ain't nobody gotta know. The feds, when you need somebody for a fade, the first ones that are gonna be at the spot for the fade are gonna be the feds, homie.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Putting everything on you on blast. So, with all that being said, homie, all I'm saying is we gotta conduct. I'm a little younger than homeboy. I'm 37, homie, so I know I'm younger, and I conduct myself with more respect than he does. So the homie, because I did time with the homie Whisper from Highland Park, Victor Chirino, solid homie. That he was my Sally and Delano D-Yard. Highland Park, got some solid ass homies.
Yes, sir.
So you know, the homie just needs a little more flecha or stay off of the drugs and alcohol if he can't fucking control them. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, people get butthurt. You know what I'm saying?
Simon.
All right, Big Left, homie.
Right.
I appreciate the phone call, the input,
Yes,
homie.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, you guys have a good one, huh?
Yes, talk on
Yes,
that.
sir. You too. You be safe.
All right.
Yeah, so a corporation's the way you want to go because a corporation gives you the umbrella to protect everything that's yours. Because let's say right now, let's say you were popping, you got the podcast going on, and then all of a sudden there's a fight in one of your podcasts. And let's say somebody gets hurt, they're gonna sue you. If you don't have a corporation, they're gonna sue you. They could take your cars, they could take your house, they could pick a lien. When you have a corporation, that's the umbrella. It's like you're a whole different entity. Fool. They could sue the corporation, take whatever you want, but your personal stuff is yours, homie.
Okay.
So anybody who even has a small business, you got to get a corporation, homie.
Gotcha.
Get the corp, homeboy. That's the umbrella that's giving you. This is the companies. You can't sue me for my personal stuff. Homie. You can only sue me for the corp. Like American Cholo, Incorporated. Homie.
Like say you get a ranfla and you tax write it off. No te la pueden
Ay,
quitar.
güey, que te la saquen, güey. So
Like like say you know how people get like a car and this car is for the company and you get a tax write off or whatever. No
Yes.
te la pueden quitar pretty much.
Well, if it's for the company, they can. But let's say if you got the car, it's under the company's name. Somebody has an accident where somebody, unfortunately, let's say loses their life, they could sue the company for what they got. But what you don't want is you don't want them to go after your stuff.
Okay.
Like with me, when I had the corporation under my old company, you start having issues. You don't worry about the lawsuit so much because you got that umbrella. If I didn't have that umbrella, I had a homie of mine which I told him, I said, "Fool, Bob, you need to get a corporation, fool." And sure enough, he got it. I believe. One of his workers broke his leg, homie, and he was trying to sue him for all kind of shit, right? And if you're a sole proprietor and your company's under your thing, guess what? That house is part of your fucking thing. They're gonna take your pad, fool, or they're gonna put a lien on your pad. You can start.
Yeah.
If you're in the corporation, nah, homie, that's a field where only what's under the company they can touch. You can't touch any of your personal stuff.
Okay.
And that's why other huge companies, they actually have corporation after corporation after corporation. And what they do is they'll bankrupt this one. They'll go over here. It's a game, homie.
Okay.
It's a straight game.
Hey, that's knowledge, man. Y'all listen up. You know what I mean? For real.
And that's what the Weddles in a good way have been playing, homie. They're playing some big league games. Yeah. We're here fighting for crumbs. That's what I'm trying to tell people, homie.
We're focused on the wrong thing.
We're focused on the wrong
you know what
thing.
I mean? This conversation that me and the homie Gil right now are having, these are the conversations that should have been brought to the table, you know? This right here is giving knowledge, you know?
It's schooling the homies in the proper way. And like I've said before on past podcasts, I don't blame the homies that were schooling me because I got into the game in the 80s, right? They were schooling me, hey, homie, if you go to YA, you're going to do this. If you go to prison, you're going to do this. If you get a... Because that's all they knew.
Yeah.
They didn't know any better, so I don't blame them.
That's why I'm not mad, you know?
Of course.
Rest in peace, the homie Big Stranger, man. He's the one, the day that I got put on the neighborhood, he put me aside and he told me, man, he was like, hey, look, you know, joining this right here, you're only going to wind up in 3 places. You're going to wind up in jail, in the cemetery, or very few of us make it out unscathed to be OGs.
Yeah, full.
But
Facts.
just know that it's gonna come with a lot of trials and tribulations. You know what I mean?
Facts,
And
homie.
he told me that before I got put on, not after. He told me that before.
Facts,
You
homie.
still want to be from the hood? Yeah.
Yeah, but
know what I mean?
at least like
But
you
he
were
told me,
forewarned,
you know?
homie.
Yeah, he told me, and till the day, you know what I mean, that he passed away, he always had my back, you know what I mean, and never hesitated, you know what I mean. He was always a phone call away, you know what I mean, and
that's a good homie right there.
rest in peace to
rest
homie
in peace,
stranger,
homie.
man, for real.
I saw a couple of youngsters from my hood like last summer at the park where we do the giveaways. Right, I was looking for one of my homies, so I pulled up in there. I said, "What's up, fellas? We're so and so." He's like, "Oh no, he's not around here." All right, and then one of them, hey, you know, I don't even know these guys. Hey, they call me so and so from Hollywood. They call me so and so from. And then the other little homie's like, "Oh, I'm not from the hood yet, but you know," I'm like, "You're a smart guy, homie." I said, "Listen, homie, I'm gonna tell you something, youngster. Don't get into the hood, fool. It's gonna destroy your life." I said, "These fools already fucked up. Like they're already in it. Like and that's the
Hey,
thing."
that's facts.
And I said, "Don't get into," because as soon as you get into it, all of a sudden, all right, let's do there should be a list where fools get jumped in. Here's the list, homie. All right, carnal, you're gonna get jumped in. This is your enemy. This is your enemy. This
Yeah.
is your boundary. You can't go over here. You can't
Put
go
out
here.
a map, for real, hey, for real.
These are the rules, homie, because a lot of young guys, they have it. They think, you know, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna be part of something. I'll be part of this football team. Nah, fool, you're part of an organization that is literally trying to kill somebody else, and somebody else trying to kill you. This is the game, homie. This is the game, and it's a game that is unwinnable.
Yeah,
Nobody wins that game.
To be honest, like that's why I preach what I preach and I say what I say, because back then I got in when there was wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, homie.
So all we were taught was, hey, you got to clean this, make sure you clean that, you know, wear gloves, how to do
Straight up, fool.
crimes. You know
Straight
what I mean?
up.
Not know how to get your money, to be honest. You know what I mean? So now I feel like with especially where we're at, how calm stuff is. Like, don't get me wrong, stuff still happens every day. There's people
absolutely.
getting killed every day, but it's not as bad as it was back then.
And that's a good thing.
So now, you know what I mean? All the youngsters watching, you guys have that opportunity that we didn't have. You know what I mean? You guys could walk
Facts,
around.
homie.
You guys are good. Unless you're out there looking for something, then it's going to come to you. You know what I mean? But focus on what you really, really need to focus on, and that's what really matters.
Yeah, the hood's gonna be there, fool. I tell like homies that are out there doing a thing and whatnot. I'm like, listen, homie, just try for 1 month, fool. Try for 1 month. Walk away from the hood, get a holly, be with your girl, take care of business, do this and that, and you're gonna see how quick your life starts becoming better.
Facts.
Because don't be afraid that the hood ain't gonna be there, homie. The hood's gonna be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be there.
It's gonna be there, homie. That whole esmade, it's gonna be there. But try doing this for a little bit, and you're gonna see how life is gonna
Yeah,
get
there's
better.
going to
huh?
be people disappointed at first, you know, because you're not there, you know? Like, especially homies, you know, you give them your all, you're there with them 24/7. They're going to be disappointed at first, but once they see you really, really doing the damn thing, they're going to commend you, you know, and it might even motivate them to follow suit. You know?
Absolutely, homie. And that's like when I did my thing. I said, I'm gone, fool, but I never left. I'm still, you know, I've never missed any homies' funerals since I've been out here. The ones that I've busted, of course, I missed them. You'll see me there. I'm always there trying to support the homies, but like I said, I'm the guy trying to guide you in the right direction, homie.
Yeah, facts.
I'm not
That's
that guy.
dope, you know?
I'm not that guy. Listen, misery loves company, fool.
Yeah,
And we all got homies that will sit there and guide him in the wrong direction because he doesn't want to be that old guy, 40 years old in the hood and nobody's here. He'll be like, look, yeah, come with me. Yeah, come with me. And to me, like, nah, homie, you know, like to me, you know what the biggest gripe I have with homies right now is how they get little youngsters hooked on scante, how they get little youngsters hooked on that dope, homie. It's like, nah, carnal. To me, one thing is just don't get them high, homie.
Yeah, facts.
Hotline. Yes. Talk to us.
What's good, my G?
A question, bro. I was listening to right now about the LLCs and the corporate things, bro.
Yes.
So I have a LLC, and I have a partner with me. We have a LLC partnership. So if something happens, are they coming after us, after our belongings, or like how does that work, bro?
I know, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I know for a fact they can come out of some of your stuff because that's why it's called a limited liability corporation. If you want to be 100% protected, bro, you want to do corporate. You want to do a full corporation because also with a full corporation, I'm not saying you or me, but allegedly a lot of construction, everything that does cash work, right? Or does certain work. With the corporation, they cannot 1099 you. There is no 1099.
Oh,
So if somebody gives you, let's say somebody gives you a check for $5,000, right? You're a corporation. They're not giving you a 1099. So if you can do something with that, it's almost like you're getting cash.
okay.
There's certain things, but also the corporation is going to protect all your stuff. Whatever in that corporation, yeah, they can definitely take, homie. But it'll
whatever's under that name, right?
In a street sense, let me put it in a street sense so homies understand. Imagine your hood, you're slanging dope like a motherfucker, right? And you made your gang a corporate, like if you could, you made your gang a corporation, right? When the feds come knocking for that RICO, the house you have already, they can't touch. This you have, anything that's under that umbrella of the corporation, like maybe the trucks, maybe you got some money in the bank.
Okay.
They can go after that. But the other stuff, no, they cannot touch your personal stuff.
So basically, everything that is under the name of the corporation will be taken, but whatever is under my name will not be touched.
Yes, and that's
Is that what you're
and
saying?
yes, and that is how you are protecting yourself, and that's what you got to do. And also, let's say if you have to unfortunately file for bankruptcy, the bankruptcy is going under the corporation, not under you. Because if you're a sole proprietor and you're using your social security number, or even you have a fictitious name, but you're still under your own entity, you're not a corporation. That bankruptcy is going to fall on you. But if you're under the corporation and you let the corporation go to shit, at least your credit's not getting fucked up. So in other words, that is the umbrella, homie. But anybody who has
like
a small
separation, basically.
it's exactly what it is, bro. It is, and that's why you see like these billion-dollar companies. Oh, they have Cayman accounts. They have all these umbrella corporations. Why? Because if some shit goes to shit, boom, knock that shit off the board.
They just get rid of it and start another
And
one.
that's the game, homie. And that's what that's why you see some of these guys. They change names. They do this. They just get the other corporation for, and that's the game we got to learn. But yeah, anybody with a small business, your first investment, make it a corporation.
Hell yeah, shit. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I just tuned in right now. I fuck with your podcast here and there. You know, when I have time, I look at it.
Make sure to subscribe, fool. Make sure to subscribe.
I was listening. Oh, I am.
All right, cool.
Definitely.
All right, brother.
Bro.
Appreciate you.
Bro.
That's right.
All right.
There you go, homie. We learn. Hey, so before we start getting out of here, homeboy, let's talk a little about Killer Kush. On there, no more phone calls, homeboy.
Yes, sir.
Hotline, what you got? What's up? Who, me or this fool? Oh, I'm still in the lab, fool. I'm still working on it, carnal. It's gonna come out eventually, huh? Yeah, maybe in New Year's, fool. I think New Year's. I got you, player. Let her to my op, Swifty, homie. I got it. Yeah, it's gonna call get you on the rebound, Holmes.
Catch you on the rebound.
Later, fool.
We're gonna remix that oldie.
All right, homeboy. So what's up with Killer Kush, homeboy?
Yeah, shout out my good people at Killer Kush, man. You guys see it? They sent the homie a hat.
Oh, hell
you know
yeah.
me?
That's a nice hat, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's a nice hat, player. I like that color, too. You know what? Tomorrow I'm going to go buy me some yellow kicks just to fucking match that shit, homeboy.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to start getting out of here. Santo Gee, any last words, any message that you want to tell the people, and especially let them know where they can find you? Let me see. We got another call real quick. Hotline, what you got? Hey.
Beat.
What's up, Holmes?
Hey, my boy. Hey, dog.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, they coming from a real one, homie, from here from Orange County, dog. I sent mine, dog. Your guest, homie, and fucking, hey, dog, real recognized, real, my boy. You know, there's a lot of fucking.
Appreciate you,
shit,
homeboy.
bro.
Shout out to Orange County, carnal.
Yes, sir. Shout out Orange County.
Hey,
my
dog,
boy.
but I had a question, dog.
Shoot.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we're still with that fool Tony, dog. When's he gonna shoot that money back, Holmes?
No, never, fool. Never, fool.
Yeah, bro. I think he already said that.
When we go to the moon, fool. When we go to the moon,
he tried to say he got robbed.
But coming from real homies, dog. Hey, coming from real homies. Hey, if he ain't shooting nothing back, homie, fuck him and whoever he talks to too, right?
Listen, homie, that's his pedo. At this point, people want to do it. We all know what it is, homie. At this point, we all know what it is. It's you know, it's just it's unfortunate, but you know, people make every excuse in the book or not.
I mean, I didn't shoot no money, but somebody I know did, and they're asking me, and I'm like, hey, dog, fucking. As far as I know, like, I'm saying, fuck that fool, cause you know what I mean.
You know what it is, homie. All right, brother. I appreciate the call, carnal.
Likewise, homeboy. Take up a good one.
Ya está, güey.
Likewise.
I say güey lovingly because fools be like, hey, wait, no me digas güey.
Hey, for real, some food think it's
Some
not. Even
food-
when you say food, I'm not a fool. I'm not your fool.
You know what I used to hate?
so.
I used to hate when back in the days, like when somebody called me a dog. I'm like, fool, ain't your dog. Yes, sir. Like, you know, that was just,
Yeah.
you come out and, hey, what's up, doggy? Like, fool, ain't your dog. Yes, sir. What the fuck? Like, but, you know, lingo's changed and
I
stuff.
seen a clip of Lalo Gambrazy.
Yeah.
When he was younger, he was like, my boy, I ain't your boy.
I saw that one.
You
When
seen
it
that
came
one?
out. Yeah, that was Skinny Lalo. Homeboy.
Yeah, that was Skinny Lalo. I ain't your boy. Don't call me your boy. I was like, oh, my boy, what's going on?
He was trying to get gangster with it.
Yeah.
Hey, homie, but yeah, go there. Let people know where your YouTube channel is. What's the name of your YouTube channel? Your IG, the whole shabam, homeboy.
Yes, sir. You can find me at Santo Gee Productions. That's SANTO space GEE space Productions. On IG is Miguel period SANTO period GEE. That's Miguel Santo Gee with periods in between. You know what I mean? And I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I appreciate the love and anyone that's willing to accept my 2-week challenge, man. I said 2 weeks to 30 days. If you're gonna make any videos on any homies, let it be something positive, you know? If it's not positive or constructive criticism, then why do it, you know? Like, what are you getting out of it, you know? Bashing a homie, somebody just like you that's trying to get it, you know?
That's right.
It don't take much for us to just salute. Just salute. I see you doing your thing. Keep doing your thing.
That's right.
That's it. You know, it don't take much, but it does take a lot of effort for you to sit down and bash someone, you know?
That part, homie. I accept your challenge, carnal. I won't talk about chivatos no more. Not even though I don't, homie. But you know what it is, homie? I appreciate you coming in, homie. I appreciate you guys. It's Friday.
Yes, sir.
Have a good weekend. No se pongan muy pedos, cabrones. And we are out, homeboy. Let's go, Chris.
Sir.
Shout out to my man, Chris.
Shout out my boy True in the building. Shout out Frenzy the Shooter.